Good. How's it going, people? How's it going out there? Happy Friday. Happy midnight. Um, it's 12 a.m. It's time for Sturdo Vision. It's time for Sturdo Vision. And tonight, on that road to Carolina Fear Fest. Holla if you hear me. Big shout out to the legend Tupac. You can hear that song right after the episode. Link is in the description. But what we're discussing tonight, Teddy Told Me To.
Mm.
Last year. Sometime last year. First time watch for me. But before we even get into the movie and discussing this movie, Warrington Gillette's in the movie. Warrington Gillette is going to be at Carolina Fear Fest. But before we even get into the film, before we discuss it and really break down and all that other fun stuff, let's dive into our early ratings and just in case, just in case they change up or whatever. I want to dive into them before we even discuss the movie and see what each of us felt of this film, ahead of time. So I'll start with you, Matt.
Okay. I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun ride. I love those all. I love indie films, so this was definitely an indie uh, fun watch. I would probably give this one probably like an 8 out of 10. This has a lot of good
Ooh.
rewatch value for me. It's got a lot of good. It's got a high body count, some good bloody kills. I like the look of the killer. I'm a fan of Tom Devlin, who is the director. He's also a special effects makeup artist, and I thought they did a good job. The setting was great. I know it's been done before with a killer in a haunted attraction, but
Mm-hmm.
this was fun.
Okay. I'm at a 5.5 with it.
Okay.
I had fun with it though. I did have a lot of fun with it, but I think, I like the concept of it, with the whole Teddy Told Me To and all that, and didn't even mind the twist. Didn't even mind the twist. Damn, what's good, man? Appreciate you. But it was more so, I guess, the way the story was kind of told. I wish it was kind of told a little bit better. Just because, again, I like the concept of it, like the whole Teddy Told Me To, and how the kid is obsessed with this teddy bear and just to what I mean, all this other stuff, and just where his father destroys it, and then you kind of find out what happens with the whole twist. I did like that of it. I kind of wish that they would have just stuck with that more, all the way through. Because remember how towards the end, which I guess the part where they tell you, where they're talking about, where the Teddy told you, the guy who has the bear face on his head,
Mhm.
and he's talking about how he's, because he's a senior. His son was the one. So basically, the Teddy Told Me To, basically, his son had this teddy bear that he was just obsessed with, and he had it since he was a teen, or he had it even in his teen years. And eventually, the father just because it's the mother. It's one of those homes. The father's an abusive father, pretty much verbally.
Mhm.
At first, he drinks and he goes out and starts cheating on his wife. And it's just the mom, the son, and the bear. Basically, that's how the father feels. He's not getting any attention this time and third, so he goes out and does his own thing, and eventually, it leads to him ripping the son's bear up. And then there's a story that the son took out his family, and he's the one who's taking out people at these attractions, and you find out it's his father doing it, which I thought again was cool. I just thought that was really cool, but I feel like I wish the bear would have looked better. That's another thing.
Well, do you know the story of the killer, the bear?
No.
All right. There was a TV show on Sci-Fi Channel that aired in 2011-12 area called Face Off. Face Off was a special effects makeup competition. They put artists against each other during the competition. They had to, each one make something from scratch. Sometimes
Mhm.
masks, beauty makeup, combined everything would be almost movie ready. Well, he was a contestant in season one. And one of the creations that he did was this killer, Teddy. And it was supposed to be based, I think this was the mutant is it a mutant one or you had to take a human and mix it with a creature?
Mhm.
So he came up with this Teddy outfit, Teddy character. I think that was the one he won that episode too, was with that character, and he fell in love with it. And he decided to finally just say, you know what? I want to finally make my movie with this character that I fell in love with from that TV show. And that's why he looks like that. It's because it's based off the character that he did in the
Okay,
competition show.
that's fair. That's 100% fair. Damn, I gotta check out the competition. I gotta see if I can find that competition show. Has to be on YouTube or
Someone's on
something.
Facebook. I mean, someone's on YouTube.
I was gonna say it has to be on YouTube or something. So that's interesting.
Yeah, Face Off was a great show. My wife and I would watch that a lot. It was really neat how they made the masks and made prosthetics and everything at a certain amount of time. They had to put them on the models. Then they would show them off to the judges, and they would come up, like, okay, I can see like lines from the mask and the rubber, or this paint melted off. Some were the competitions where they had to put them underwater. Somebody had to put them
Wow.
against like a black light. But some of the outfits were fucking awesome. I mean, they could have been right into a movie, and I want to see that creature in the movie. And some of the contestants who've won have gone into big things and made other movies or been into other projects working in special effects and makeup.
That's so fucking cool, yo. That is like stuff like that is so cool when you hear that.
Yeah, I met two of them at a Scaricon one year. They were both there. One of the judges was actually at Scaricon. I got to talk to him for a little while. He gave me some like I asked him like some questions about special effects and makeup, like how'd you get into it? Like I told him like I can't draw a stick figure for my life, but I love the idea of making my own masks and everything. And he goes, "Here's some websites." He wrote some down for me. I'm like, "Oh, cool." Then I met another guy who was a big into the special effects makeup. Unfortunately, he died a couple of years ago. But Glenn Hattrick, no, Glenn Hattrick was the guy that was the judge.
Mhm.
The other one was the Monster Man. There, oh, what was his name? I forgot what his name was, but he unfortunately passed away. But he was a big into the special effects makeup as well. Like he was a guest judge. But on the show, they had all guest judges. They were not all into special effects. A lot of them were big horror icons. Some were special
That's
movie
awesome.
icons. It was great. It was a great show.
So they actually have some of the seasons. They have 5 seasons of this show, Face Off. Seasons 9 through 13 on Peacock if you have Peacock. I
Okay.
just had to Google this. I was like, I have to check this out.
And the guy who did this movie was in season 1.
And then I'll have to see if I can find season 1 somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find it. That's awesome though, man. Like, cause I like watching those type of shows. Like, I like watching like we watch like food truck show,
Oh, yep.
all the any type of food competition. So now this is another cool one to get into. I guess we can dive into this movie now, man.
Okay.
Which, again, like I said, I gave a 5.5. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'll say it was a decent movie overall for me. But it wasn't one of my like. I don't know if I'd go back to it. It was something just by the title alone. I was like, I hope this is a fun fucking movie that I can go back to a lot. Like, well, but it wasn't one of those for me. But it was definitely. I'm glad I watched it. It was worth the watch. I just feel like I was expecting a little bit more from it.
Hmm.
Now I know you own this. I know you've seen this probably about 12 times at least by now.
No, I've seen it about twice.
But what are your thoughts on this movie though, Matt?
Like I said I've seen these type of movies before where they have the haunted attraction and the killer is there like killing
Mhm.
people and they all think it's part of the attraction. And that was always pretty cool, They're killing people in plain sight pretty much. The killer's right there. They think that's part of the show until all haywire goes nuts. But again, this movie had a lot of cool cameos, had a lot of cool people acting in the movie. Like, Felissa Rose was in the beginning. CJ Graham plays the groundskeeper. Lisa Wilcox from Holla, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 is in this one. If you know who Drew Marvick is, he does.
Yep.
He was in this one. He was the one that battled with the chainsaws, which
Yep.
I thought was kind of cool. That was like a homage to Texas Chainsaw 2, and there's a whole bunch of cool homages in this movie. And again, the good gore, good kills, had a good high body count. I liked how it took place kind of near Halloween, so this is a good fun to watch during
Mhm.
Halloween. And yeah,
Yeah,
again,
I
I
like.
enjoyed it.
Can we touch on that for a second? I like that you said that. Um, holiday horror or horror holiday movies in general, but I know you're more of a horror fan or a horror movie watcher like myself than any other genre of horror or
Mhm.
any other genre of film. Holiday horror, if it's closer to the holiday that movie's portraying it, does that make this is it like an easier or more digestible watch or feel better? Like a feel does it feel better watching a movie around those times for you than it does any other time of the year? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe what
it's like kind of weird when you watch like a Christmas movie in July or in the summertime when it's
Mhm.
beautiful and sunny out, and you're watching a movie in the cold, snowy winter. Like versus if you watch it in the snow time, you're like you can kind of relate a little bit. Like during
Okay.
Halloween time, you got the fall season, the
Mhm.
leaves, everyone's all dressed up. It fits really well. Same thing like if it's a Valentine's Day movie,
Yeah,
you kind of want to watch that during Valentine's Day because it's all about love and the hearts and everything. And they got that all kind of theme going on. It just kind of fits. Like I don't care. I'll also watch a Christmas movie in August. It doesn't bother me. Like
yeah.
I just watched an Easter movie last couple days ago. It's past Easter, but it was still fun to watch. I'll probably watch it during the Easter time. But it kind of just feels right to watch them
For the
during that period.
I think for me it does, and it's more so for Christmas and Halloween.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, Thanksgiving for the ones that I can find, but yeah, more so for the Christmas and Halloween, I'll say.
Like I know you like Thanksgiving. Would you watch
Love.
Thanksgiving? But would you watch it in May or would you watch it in uh, February versus watching it in
I
November?
have. I'm sure I have when
Yeah.
I first started watching it, but now it's one of those films to where it's like if you watch Thanksgiving 1 and 3 once a year, you'll never get tired of it, and that's something I never wanna get tired of. So I'm like,
Hmm.
let me just do it like that. Because it is one of those films where I feel like if I was one of those people from watching like 5 times a year, I'm gonna get sick of it. So, like, let me watch it once a year
Hmm.
around Thanksgiving and then just have a good time, hope a lot of laughs with it,
That's
and
the same with like a way a lot of these holiday horrors. It comes out late and you're like, I'll watch anyway just to see how it is.
yeah,
Like,
but
this would be a good time to watch it during that time.
okay, so staying on that, but going back to this movie, I don't think this movie isn't one of those for me, like, every October, bringing this one back just to watch just to watch. Like, I don't know if I would watch this one again personally. No disrespect, I'm just saying it just wasn't that for me. It wasn't
Hmm.
horrible, but it wasn't that really grabbed my attention, like, I gotta come back to this and watch it every October again. Now, is this something that you would watch every year, or is it something that's just like, maybe I'll throw it on whenever kinda?
I'll probably throw it on whatever because I have my certain must watches.
Mhm.
And down the road, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, let's watch this one." And pop it on. Again, you don't really have to watch this one in October. It's a good slasher, so you can
Yeah,
just watch
agreed.
if you're a big slasher fan. This one will probably be right up people's alleys. You're like, "Yeah, I'll watch this one. It's a slasher. Boom, I'll pop it in no matter what. I don't care what holiday is or what date it falls on."
So you
And oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I
I
was
was gonna
interrupting.
say, um, yeah, like this movie right here, I would watch it once in a while. I'm like, I won't watch it like every time in Halloween. But it'll be like one like maybe in a couple years, I'll probably pop it in at some point, or I'll just wait and watch it later on. Or if I know I'm going to be meeting someone from that movie, I'll pop it in
Mhm.
and watch it,
Just to yeah, that
just
I get.
to question
Get, like,
them
a
later on.
refresher.
Yeah.
So, my question to you is, with your how because you said something about a list, so do you have, like, a locked in let's just speak for Halloween. Do you have in, like, a locked in October list right now? You don't have to tell me what time. The only reason I'm asking you that is, like, if you do have a locked in list, what does it take for a movie to get added onto that list?
Well, like say
For
for
you?
one, like during Halloween, the one movie that my wife and I love watching, and I'll watch it every year. I don't care. I've seen it 500,000 times. Is the Trick or Treat movie, the anthology one with
That's
Sam?
amazing. Yeah,
That one is perfect for Halloween.
I agree.
Even the original '78 Halloween movie with Michael Myers,
Mhm.
that fits perfect. Even like Halloween Part 3, Season of the Witch,
3,
has
yeah,
nothing to
3
do
does.
with Myers, but it falls in that perfect Halloween
The
themed.
theme of the holiday,
Yes.
yes, and that's something I love about that. I love that you said that, like, Thanksgiving Trick or Treat is a perfect example of
Mhm,
that. But is there movies, though, so where it's like, okay, say you have your locked in, like, say it's like Trick or Treat, there's certain ones that are always gonna be on, like you said, like Trick or Treat, and let's say Halloween, and you said
mhm,
Halloween 3. But you know how there's those other ones that you just watch during that month, and there may be a couple that are just like, okay, there's like 4 you watch during that month. There's other 4, I'm sure there's more. Let's say there's 4 other ones you watch during that month, and out of those 4, there's maybe like 2 of them that you watch every year. That's just 'cause they just kinda sneak in every year because they just kinda do.
mhm.
How do you what makes that list? Those ones that kinda just sneak on and maybe they stay on and they're added on to those like 6, 7, 8, and 9, those extras that I know you watch in October, I
If
couldn't
the
mention.
movies if I love the fucking movie, that's definitely gonna be in that spot. Like
Okay.
say like Trick or Treat, that was an awesome anthology. All the stories fill in great. How it all wraps around together, it fits perfect. And that one's just like I could watch that movie anytime. Let's say Night of the original Night of the Demons. That's another
Mm,
one. I fucking love the intro. That music is perfect for Halloweenish type style, but I don't care. That's another movie I could watch at any time. I could watch
mhm.
that tonight. I don't give a shit. But if it's perfect in the Halloween themed
Yeah.
month. But again, it's nice though with Halloween movies with horror fans. We don't have to really watch them during October. We can watch them anytime and we'll still watch them and have a great
Yeah.
time. Same thing with other holidays. But just like I said, it just fits that setting. Like
It
you got
feels
the
better.
yeah,
It
you already got the fall weather and you're watching the
mhm.
movie in the fall. It just kind of fits together. We're
It
like
feels better, especially, like, if you have you got friends or you got family or a significant other that's really into it too, and they really get into the spirit of it, and it's like, "Oh, this is cool. This is cool. It's winter, we're watching these. It's the fall, it's October, we're watching these." It's,
mhm.
you know?
Like we'll be watching a specific, let's say a new Halloween movie came out tomorrow.
Mhm.
You watch it, and you're going, "That was a really good movie. I really liked it a lot." But you know what? I can see myself watching that again in October.
And maybe liking
And
it a
then you
little
would
bit more.
save it for October again. Then you
Yeah.
watch it, and you're going, "Well, this is great. I feel this feels perfect for the setting." Then you're going, "You know what? I'm going to save this one for every October and save that movie
Yeah.
constantly."
You know what's funny about that is there's certain movies, like last year, what was it? The movie that David Howard Thornton did, the Christmas one, the Grinch movie.
Yeah, the Grinch movie, the mean one.
Thank you, the mean one. That came out no, that came out the year before last, I believe, and I didn't watch it until last year because I missed it around, around
Yeah, if
December,
I
January,
yeah, me
the
too.
first year it came out, so I was like, now that it's, like, out and I can watch it, I was like, "I'm just gonna wait till November." I was like, "I'm gonna wait till December now because it won't feel right for me watching it now. I won't get the same feels for it." I'm glad I waited. But you are right that we can watch them in any type of thing. It's just that it just feels better. It's
Mhm,
just kinda like how everybody is, like how when, you watch mainstream TV, especially back in the day when you were growing up, and in October, all your favorite shows, TGIF was all Halloween or all Christmas,
mhm,
and it was kinda cool. It just felt good.
mhm,
Same with horror movies. I mean, I
mhm.
know it's a whole different style of stuff that we're watching, but hey.
Hey, we don't care, we'll watch it.
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
said, during Christmas time, you watch the movie, A Christmas Horror Story or the movie Krampus, or even like
Santa Claus.
the Silent Night, Deadly Night films. It fits during that Christmas time. You got that
Mhm.
Christmas thing going, it just seems to fit right. So,
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Or Thanksgiving, of course.
yeah.
I had to throw that one back out there. I had to throw that one back out there. An old classic and a favorite. An old classic and a favorite. Oh man, that face off show. I definitely gotta check that out. I definitely gotta check that out. But yeah, Teddy told me to, man. I'm trying to talk more about it. I don't really have much to. It's definitely worth. I'll tell you guys what. It's on Tubi. You guys should check it out and let
Mhm.
us know how you feel about it.
The
It's an
way I
indie.
got, if you want a physical copy, it was only during a specific run. He
Really?
was he was selling it. He was doing a what's it? He was having the movie nights. You know, when you make a movie, you put it in specific theaters and whatnot.
Mhm.
Well, he had specific copies, and he would do each show. And this is kind of funny part was he did the show. He had a couple left over on his website. He goes, if you guys want, I can sell you whatever my copies I have left. And of course, I jumped on it like a fat kid with cake, and I got like a T-shirt. And the movie itself, the back of it actually looks like a concert T-shirt. It's got all the dates of all the times where it showed and aired, which I
That's
thought was kind
awesome.
of neat. And I don't think there's another physical copy out there, so it's only on Tubi right now. He may put it down the road onto if he gets someone to buy the movie and then
Mhm.
distribute it. But this was his own film that he own distributed, so there was no, like, some companies, you make a movie and they want you to cut this scene out or cut that out.
Yeah. And
No,
he
this is
wanted to go ahead.
independent. He's like, fuck this. This is my movie. So he did it the way he wanted.
That's awesome.
Like I
That's
even got a
fucking
T-shirt out of it too. It's got like the Teddy told me to with the teddy bear thing, and on the back's got all the listings of all the places where he went for the premiere the movie, because it's almost like
shit.
a concert shirt before a horror film. But it never came in It never came to New York, and maybe
Ah,
like New York City. Like I had to wait till it came on sale, and hopefully there was some left. And he had like maybe one or two, like two or three left, and I was like, "Fuck that!" Placed the
lucky.
order and
That's
bought it
awesome.
right then and there. So I wanted
That's
to see
awesome.
this movie.
Oh, that's so cool. And that right there, man, that just shows you like how crazy and how deep horror fans go for the love of horror and just
Yep.
for collecting movies and just watching these movies. Just the movies. Let's not even talk about all the collectibles, just the movies alone. And this guy right here, like if you think I'm a horror fan, this guy right here, man, he lives, breathes, shits, pee, all that shit horror. Every time I fucking ask him about a movie, guys, he has it, and it's just I've stumped him a couple times, but we're gonna get him some more in 2024. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that because it's getting ridiculous. He has this movie. I'm sure he has Smothered,
I do.
and I mean, scary movie. That's
Yep.
the- that's just that's different.
That's been out for quite some time.
Yeah. Which speaking of Smothered, just because you're not gonna be here next week, the first time I seen that was at Scarecon a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
At a little film fest they had there. That was awesome seeing that. And that was you know what was funny? That was the first time seeing it. It was the last time seeing it. And for years I could not think of the name of that movie. And somehow I just finally stumbled upon it. I'm like, oh shit, I've been looking for this movie for years.
Yeah, I just typed it in Amazon one time, and all of a sudden there it popped up. I'm like, oh, it's got a DVD. Okay, add the cart.
What's good, man? How's it going? How's it going, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
And oh man. So that's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, that'll be. I wish I wasn't working, but it is what it
Hey man.
is.
It is what it is,
But it
man.
was definitely a fun film. I liked on that Smothered how different characters played different roles.
Hmm.
And I don't want to get much involved in that one because we're talking about Teddy told me to, but I definitely enjoyed Smothered there and how everything played off. Like Bill Mosley's character was cracking me up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't wait. I got to go back and watch that though, because like I said, I haven't seen it since Scarecon. That was I don't even know how many years ago that was.
That was quite a bit.
It was a while ago.
Hmm.
So yeah. But shit, man. What else do you have to say about this movie? Anything? Because I got nada.
Again, like this is one definitely check it out, track down on Tubi there. Give yourself a watch to see if you like I said, we're in indie films, it's hard because they put all their work into it.
I agree.
Again, all of a sudden it can be a stinker. I've seen a ton of stinkers. And I've seen some ones that are, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. So it's all different with indie, but like I said, if you can definitely go watch it on Tubi, it's free, and then see maybe down the road if it ever does get a physical release, if you like it that much,
Hmm.
pick up a copy to support the indie company. This guy, he actually has a museum itself in his state where he lives in. I forgot exactly where the state is. which state he lives in. It's way far away, unfortunately.
Mhm.
He's got like his own horror museum, which it looks awesome. Tom Devlin's horror museum. But if again,
Dope.
yeah, it's sick. I've seen some pictures online. Yes, I definitely support the indie guys because without them, a lot of times you're stuck with this mainstream shit, and some of it is
Is
definitely shit.
watered down
And these are
bullshit.
the
No,
ones that
no.
are making supposedly millions and millions of dollars. And these companies edit a lot of it saying, oh, we got to get this to a PG-13 rating. Why?
No, you
Why
need
do
to
we need a
leave it where
PG-13 rating? Fuck that.
we need to leave them where they're at, where the artists and where the creators made them to where they want them to us to see them at. So it's not all watered down. Don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do
So
that.
a lot of times just support your little indie guys because down the road, these these indie characters might become bigger people. And
Oh,
then
they're gonna.
you go to a con and you go, I have your first movie that you were in. And they're like, what are you talking about? You bust it out and they're like, oh shit. And all of a
Yep.
sudden you have a conversation. It's great, especially
Exactly.
when you go to cons on that.
Exactly. Exactly, man. I love it all.
Same.
I love it all. But shit, I guess we're gonna wrap this one up a little early. Um I'm sticking with my 5.5. Are you sticking with your 8? Are you going
Yep.
up, going
I'm sure
down,
we might.
staying the same? Staying the same. Both staying the same. Listen, people, make sure you go check out You and Your Horror Movies. Matt has some awesome, awesome content on his YouTube channel. He does his end of the month stuff, or his all whatever he bought in that month. He lets you know what he gets at the end of the month. All kinds of stuff on his YouTube channel over there. That's Your Horror Guy. He has damn near every freaking movie. You can go to his YouTube channel and just ask him, "Hey, Matt, you have this movie?" And I'm sure he'll make a video like a few days later. So and so, yes, I have this movie, and you'll see the shit I go through, people. But it's all love. Seriously, go check his stuff out. Make sure you guys check out Popcorn and Pints. Tomorrow's episode, may the farce be with you. Yes, I said that. May the farce be with you, where we are finally wrapping up the Star Wars versus Star Trek episodes. May the fourth be with you, with Galaxy Quest versus Spaceballs, and that'll be tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a fun time. And last but not least, May 17th, Catholics for a Cause charity script read. We're doing Scream, brought to you by the Scene Snobs, sponsored by Carolina Fear Fest. All proceeds go to Hunters Against Hate. Oh, it's going to be such a great, great, great time. We hope to see you all there. Check out Horror with Sturdy and Sturdo Vision. Horror with Sturdy every Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Sturdo Vision, midnight on Fridays. And like I said, Popcorn and Pints every Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll see you in your nightmares, people. Peace.